Good afternoon and good evening, and welcome to the Union Multi-Purpose Activity Center. We are back, the dynamic duo, the Hunt and Mutt and Jeff, whatever you want to call us, a Union basketball, as the Red Hawks tonight take on Oklahoma City Classen. I'm Rick Corey, Nick Irwin to my right as we closed last year. And you know what I say as we closed last year? When it comes to this girls team, it isn't really very different, is it, Nick?
Nothing very much changed. We're trying to find that kind of fifth rotation right now, but most of those girls that we saw last year, those names that you're typically used to seeing from our starting lineup, we're going to be able to see them again this year, and now we're going to have a little bit more team chemistry.
Well, those people were talking about the Whitney Smiths, the Davis twins, both of those young ladies, Shemaya Herron, we're going to see some of those ladies. But also we have a brand new starter at the point, because remember last year, this Union girls team had an absolute firecracker at the point. That young lady is gone, and you do have to find, it's kind of like finding a quarterback, isn't it?
It's really tough to be able to have someone who can step up to such a big kind of let off. But once these people graduate, one of these girls graduate, it's really tough to be able to find that new person. And so with Coach Barry, he's really the one to facilitate that. And I think even though in his second year, he's going to be able to do that even more now in this new season.
Demoya Gator is the person who is filling that role as of right now. But as this team did last year, even with those four starters that we talked about are back, they did have a good number of rotation. Now, they did lose some experienced backups. You've had an opportunity to watch some games. I've watched some games as well. Who are you going to count on coming off the bench?
Yeah, and I feel like for most of our girls, one of the big things we saw last year with that rebound was Esme Smith. That one time I felt like she was getting 10 boards, 12 boards every single time. But for now, I feel like the twins, the Davis twins, are going to need to be able to step up as they're going to work into this lineup. They see a lot of rotation, either one staying in or both are going to be there. But for the girls today, Micah Davis as one of them and Jada Davis, we want to make sure that we highlight if they're in at the same time or one's on the bench or one's playing, because if they're both in there at the same time, I think Coach Barry likes that chemistry.
Right, and you have to like that kind of height in there for anybody. Now, this Oklahoma City Classen team, let's be honest, this Union team is very good at 9-4, 4-1 in league play or district play. You're looking at a team that's really not very good over the other side. They're 2-9, 0-5. Now, that's happened before. What you don't want to do is call this a trap game necessarily, but the other thing you don't want to do is play down to that other team's level. If you're going to continue to get better, you have to play at your level.
Yeah, and we kind of saw that before the new year. Once we had that one home game in December when Union played Sand Springs, Coach Barry really liked the rotation of swapping out the entire team. He was putting 5 subs in, 5 subs out, and I think that's something that we're going to be able to see tonight. Once we get maybe good 4 minutes of offensive defense, I think Coach Barry's going to rotate a whole 5 in and all 5 out. I could be wrong, but we'll see that how he plays it tonight. But as you said, we want to show up quickly, go fast, and I know with most of these girls, we want to go fast and we want to score some buckets.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things Coach Barry really likes to do. When we get to the boys' game a little bit later on, you're going to hear some different names. Now, you'll hear some familiar names as well. But with this group tonight, you're going to see some really, as I said, consistent names. Now, at this team, this girls' team, had a great showing, I thought, Nick, in the Tournament of Champions. Lost a classic game to Dale, then a very good, close game to an Owasso team that's awfully good. Now, they still have a good district points lead, and that's another part of what tonight is about. You don't play down because you need those district points.
Yeah, and it's a good transition to be able to see that later competition. Once we start now, once we're able to fine-tune those small things, either working on rebounds, getting points in the paint, maybe our three-point shooting, we're going to be able to take that into more heavily opponents while we're in district play, because even though this is a district game, it's not going to be as a competitive nature as we welcome in the Northwest Classen Lady Knights.
You're looking at some ladies off the bench that you've heard before, like Yanni Edwards, people like that, Richardson. You've heard of some of those names. Again, a very veteran team. Now, let me ask you this. As a guy who spent time in the classroom, you've seen a class from year to year, and you know how they can change. How does a coach, year 1 to year 2, improve and get better? What do you learn in that first year?
Yeah, it seems like when you want to start that first year, that rookie year, as you might say, for Coach Barry, he's just trying to make sure we're all on the same page. We got some trust to build. Now that Coach Barry has that trust of the girls, he's going to be able to want to work with the girls to be able to trust each other, because I feel like everyone's kind of on their own island in that first year. Now we're going to be able to have our sophomore year, and he's going to be able to see that. And again, 9-4, we're just there. We're playing against good teams. We lost to a buzzer beater at Owasso, which was a really tight game. Those are those games that if we take later in the season, I think we have a toss-up to be able to even flip the script and be able to take it to Owasso.
You know, and I've had an old coach tell me there's no such thing as a good loss. But in a game like that, when you were in that, it's not that you ever leave that game feeling like you lost. You leave that game feeling like you didn't have the 3 seconds you needed to go win. So I think that makes a difference. The other thing is this staff is consistent. Joe Davis, Amaya Davis as well, Trey Osborne, Jada Ford. I had a chance to talk to Coach Davis before the game. And I said, how do you feel? And he goes, well, really good, but I don't think we're quite there yet. And I said, all right, when was the last time as a coach you really thought you were there? And he said, it's been a while. I said, right, and you coach, Nick, you know this. No matter what, as a coach, when you feel like you're there, then you feel like, oh, am I being overconfident? And you step back a little bit,
Absolutely.
right? And you need to start to self-evaluate.
I totally agree.
And I just think that's what we're looking at right here as a group that's a veteran group together who probably are closer maybe than they even think.
Yeah, and the commitment from our coaching staff to these girls know that our coaches are pouring into them and pouring into this team. These girls are going to be able to commit that much more and moving on in the season. Now we're at 9-4. Our home stretch of all these home games are really, really important as we're going to be able to kind of see who we're going to be in the remaining of the season. I just think as we have not seen a change very much of our starting lineup, I think that's going to be our edge for most those games that might be those toss-up. Because in that last Owasso game, it was one rebound that could have sealed the whole game, but it slipped it from our fingers, and that was really the reason that we lost.
Well, we're about to meet these two basketball teams, get our national anthem, and then get them underway. You are listening and watching on the Union Sports Network. Andy Irwin and the crew to our left, Nick Irwin to my right. I'm Rick Corey, and we are going to get into, I said, the intros here, and we'll get you into this basketball game. Then remember, of course, we'll have a bit of a break in between, and the boys will come up very first year because, of course, Rudy Garcia retired last year after 30 years, and so Scott Norris will bring his team out. He has done that. It's not going to be the first time. It'll be our first time here with Coach Norris. I did have a chance to spend a little time with him. In the meantime, let's go down to our public address announcer.
For tonight's 6A District 4 matchup between the Northwest Classen Lady Knights and your Union Redhawks. At this time, we ask that you please rise if you're able and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave, home of the brave.
First, let's meet the visitors, the Northwest Classen Lady Knights. At 5'4", a senior number 1, Vanessa Lopez Gonzalez. At 5'5", a junior number 2, Kamaya Coleman. At 5'4", a sophomore number 11, Kamairi Thomas. At 5'4", a senior number 12, Nina Ochoa. And at 5'6", a senior number 22, Destiny Garrett. Head coach of the Lady Knights is Peyton Jones, assisted by Allie Baker and Jeff Fuller. And now for the starting lineup for your Union Redhawks. At 5'9", a junior number 0, Demoya Gator. At 5'3", a junior number 3, Jasmine Herron. At 6'2", a sophomore number 5, Micah Davis. At 5'8", a senior number 10, Whitney Smith. And at 6'2", a sophomore number 12, Jada Davis. Head coach of the Redhawks is Josh Berry, assisted by Joe Davis, Amani Davis, Trey Osborne, and Jay Ford.
So that's our starting lineups, and we are almost ready to play a little basketball here at the Union Multipurpose Activity Center. Rick Corey along with Nick Irwin, Andy Irwin, and the U crew, or the Union Sports Network crew. I'm used to the old name. All right, now one of the things I wanted to ask is we talked about having 4 starters that you're going to see an awful lot of, but we want to see how many of these young ladies do you think have really improved their game from last year, and who do you think's improved the most?
Yeah, I think I'm going to answer this with 2 girls. I'm going to go with Micah Davis and Jada Davis, because last year as freshmen stepping up into a starting position, especially Jada Davis, her ability to be able to stay out there for long periods of time, the endurance part of it is really, really important for Coach Berry, because he's going to be able to rely on both of them, if not just Jada. But it seems like as we get underway today, that's what we're going to hopefully see as she gets to be out there longer.
Tip goes to Micah Davis and Union, so here we go. Here come the Redhawks. Herron will be out front. Whitney Smith, who was so good last year, that pass goes a little awry, but a nice opportunity for a save. However, it will go to the Knights, and here they come with their first offensive possession.
Isabella McSwain starting on the bench today. Interesting from last season.
It is, and that's a young lady who did cause a lot of problems for everybody else last year, but everything's a little different from year to year. Got a 10-second call, so Classen could not get it across the line. It will be Union's basketball.
Union starting with the pressure from the get-go.
Moy Gator is a 5'7" addition to this team, so it's a nice little bit of height in there as well. You put that with the Davis twins, you got some reach. Yes. Nice drive, kick to the side, and here comes the opportunity. No good, but a great rebound inside there by Gator. Taken away, and Classen will see if they can get it across this time.
Classen did start up with a 2-3 zone. We'll see if they change to man.
And across the half court goes Thomas. Nice drive to the inside, but that ball is lost. Saved and thrown to Union. Whitney Smith with the pickoff. Here come the Lady Redhawks. Corner again. Another opportunity, and again it won't go. Smith with the rebound off Herron's miss. Always tell Whitney by that hair. Down inside to Davis, back to Whitney. This should be a good one, and it goes down for Whitney Smith, and that's 3. Union breaks the seal, a 3-0 lead.
Swished it so well, it stuck the net.
Surprised the officials haven't seen it. Good
play.
steal in there by Whitney Smith. Goes back up and in, so she fixed her own net problem, and she has the first 5.
That was awesome.
Classen again is a team at 2-9, 0-5 in district that has struggled some. And they're struggling again to get it across the half-court line. That should be a jump ball right there, and it will be.
Way to get on the floor from Jada Davis there.
And just because Jada Davis is 6'2" doesn't mean she can't sprawl out there, and she certainly did. And she knows she looks like she's grown another inch to me. Classen has it, and they're going to see if they can inbound it and throw it across to Thomas, who had to chase it down. And it's hit from behind, knocked away. Union will have an opportunity again inside and laid up and in by Gator. Good defense, that starts it. Now it's 7-0 Redhawks.
Looks like a timeout here from Classen.
And you can understand why Coach Peyton Jones might want to call that timeout. He just wants to try to calm this team a little bit. They know coming in they're playing a team that on paper is better than they are, but you certainly don't like that kind of a start, and you're afraid if you get away from you, Nick, it can get a whole lot worse a whole lot quicker.
Yeah, it seems like once they get a pass in. Union's usually looking for a steal, but they can't even get it past half court. So Union's just going to keep using their intensity, probably get another couple good minutes, and we might be able to see some substitutions.
That's what I was wondering, too, is when that might start to happen. So it's 7-0 Redhawks. 5:55 to go here in this first period. Classen will try to inbound it with Lopez Gonzalez. Good tight coverage in there by Union. It's taken away. Up and over her head goes Micah Davis, and now it's 9-0 Redhawks. And again, tight inbounds coverage, and that will end up being a foul. I think that one will be on Whitney Smith, and it will be the first against the Redhawks. And once again, Classen will take it out of bounds.
Had a sub. Mendez checked in for Lopez Gonzalez.
She will take this back out of bounds. Here we go. Almost a travel right there, but got away with it. They've gotten it now across half court. Ball's knocked away, and it will remain with the Lady Knights. Again, good defense, fast hands down there. Gator and Smith both with hands in those passing lanes. Inbounds pass, had the opportunity and turned it down. Now it's knocked away. Davis will pass to Gator. Gator to Davis.
Good bounce pass.
And we've got an 11-0 lead right here as that one goes to Micah Davis. A tremendous feed there by Demoya Gator.
Gator led that pass, was able to get that ball in transition on the bounce pass.
For a young lady who's 5'7", she moves really well and very, very smooth on the dribble. Again, ball knocked out of bounds by Union.
Made Coach Berry decision much easier when she's able to have all these wonderful characteristics.
It does not hurt when, as a wise coach once told me, good players make you a better coach.
Oh, yeah.
Thomas trying to get this ball up court, still struggling. And they're going to be close. Got it across, though, inside the 10-second range. Ball's on the ground again, and here come the Redhawks again. Whitney Smith will have the break, and here comes Whitney. Tosses it up one-handed, and it went in. How in the world did she get that to go in, Nick? She almost half-hearted that, but it was as though she understood she was about to get fouled, and she just let it go.
Off one dribble.
13-0 Redhawks, and we still have 4:30 to go in this first period. Off the foot, I believe, of the Union player, and they will say that is the case, so Kamaya Coleman will get another chance to inbound this ball, which has not been easy. And here come the substitutions you were talking about, Nick. All 5 coming in. Isabel McSwain, who we know so well from last year. Kamari Lomack will run out there. Inya Highshaw. And we have Yana Edwards as well. Across the half court, mark does go. Classen struggling to get the ball in anywhere close, though. Trapped in the corner. Now the outside opportunity is no good. That's an air ball taken instead by Lomack. Ooh, and they had an opportunity right there to get that to Highshaw, but a little bit too far, and Classen will take over.
Yeah, it looked like that second team was Lomack, Daniels, McSwain, Edwards, and Highshaw. So I think this will be another good rotation. But Coach Berry wants clean basketball here. Doesn't want to be going in transition too fast. Set up the offense, get some buckets.
And watching Isabella McSwain, who was such an important part of that team last year with a group of what you would call second-teamers generally, might be pretty interesting. Union with the steal, but cannot get it down cleanly as there was a bit of a tackle right there about the three-point line. And they will call that a foul, as you can imagine.
Kamari Thomas with the foul.
Might see a little bit of that kind of contact Monday night between Indiana and Miami.
Oh, yeah.
McSwain will slow it down here. Redhawks lead 13-0 with 3:30 to go in this first period. Inside to Highshaw. Back to McSwain.
Yeah, pass from Edwards was a little bit too slow for McSwain.
Nice little feed to the inside. A good up and in, and that's a great job by Yane Edwards. She does such a good job, Nick, of using that body position, but such a soft pass inside as well.
Tough to go off the glass on the fadeaway.
15-0 now Redhawks, and the ball once again is on the ground. Another jump ball. This will be Union's possession. And going down there to get it was Highshaw. Clean game foul-wise, only a couple, one on each team thus far. Union with good rotation here. Nice pass to the inside, but could not handle it. McSwain let it go through her hands. Classen loses the basketball again, and McSwain has it. Here comes Union. McSwain to the bucket and wanted to put that thing up. Did not get the foul. She's still on the ground. Ball put up again after the rebound. Put up the second time by Lomack, and I think McSwain was a little surprised that didn't get called, Nick.
Yeah, no foul on McSwain. She was still on the ground by the time we had 3 passes go around, so I think she was looking for a whistle.
Lomack at the line. Her first shot is nothing but the good old nylon. And that'll make it 16-0 Redhawks. Classen checking back in Layla Greer. She's a freshman. Second shot. That one's going to go off the board. It'll be taken by Classen. So it will remain 16-0. Lomack hit 1 of 2. Classen across the midcourt line. Gets it down low, but that's a little bit dangerous territory right down there considering the number of trees in there for Union. Coleman out front. Trying to run a little bit of a motion offense, but been interrupted by good Red Hawk defense.
Union just kind of showing face right now, just staying in front. Their skill is going to be able to keep them kind of contained here.
That's one of the things, if you're going to run a motion offense, eventually you're going to have to get a back cut somewhere, and Union's just not going to allow much of that. Ball knocked up into the air. It is still to Classen, and there's a walk underneath or a travel. And it will go back to the Red Hawks. And again, as you said, Nick, that's just nothing more than playing offensive lineman and keeping a guy in front of you. Union does that long enough, it looks like Classen may give them the basketball.
Yeah, and it's going to kind of run them down. They're going to kind of shoot themselves in their own foot. It's going to be a slow offense after, 2 quarters of it.
Inside pass there to goes to Highshaw, and she let it go a little bit softly, and it's picked off by Classen. Minute 43 to go in this first period, 16-0. Lady Redhawks, and once again they'll try to run some motion outside. Will Classen, and if nothing else, Nick, the one good thing that happens, and there's that back cut, good pass to the inside, could not hit it though. Coleman missed the gimme, and that's exactly what you want from that offense, and Union finally allowed it, but they could not make it pay off. Maya Richardson will check in for Highshaw for the Redhawks, and Classen will have it out of bounds in their best scoring opportunity of the night.
We saw that fake high and then cut down low was the best opportunity there, and I think that's what Coach Berry kind of put his hands on his hips after knowing that, because we bit on that over the top.
Richardson knocked that ball out of bounds, so once again the Lady Knights will take it. 16-0, nearly out of this first period. Coleman tries to get it down inside, almost lost it.
Nice, staying straight up there, good defense.
There's not a lot of overcommitment here. Everybody's doing a nice job of staying in front. There's a little bit of an opening, and there goes the first points of the night as Kamaya Coleman knocks one down for Northwest Classen. It's now 16-3. McSwain, see if she can answer. Cannot, off the boards. Rebound to Classen. Greer had that rebound, and it is tipped, and Union will take it back. Lomack drives, gives, and cannot go down for Daniels. Maria Daniels had the opportunity, couldn't get it to go, but the foul called.
Yeah, when we were driving on that last one, we had kind of 2 girls standing in the same area going the same way. We got to make sure we're kind of having spacing is something that we need to focus on with Coach Berry, because that was a kind of a fast break, and we had 2 girls kind of running together.
Daniels rolls the first one around and got the shooter's roll. She'll get one more with 49 seconds to go here in this first period. And that one goes through truly. So now at the 49-second mark, it is 18-3 Red Hawks, and Classen once again on the inbound. You got it to Coleman, who has handled it an awful lot tonight. Knocked away by Union, and it will once again remain with Classen.
On that inbound play for Classen, the inbound girl has yet to go down the baseline, haven't run it back and forth, so I don't know if Coach Jones has not told her yet, but makes it a lot harder to inbound the ball.
And as you mentioned, I inaccurately said he earlier on. Peyton Jones is a woman, and I apologize to Coach Jones, as that ball is tied up right there by the Red Hawks. The timeout had been called by Coach Jones. You know, and it's a difficult situation if you're the head coach at Classen. It's 18-3. You know, on paper, again, coming into this game, you knew you had the better basketball team, but then you don't play them on paper. Your team gets a little shell-shocked, and now you're coming up to a quarter break at which you got to try to recollect everybody, which is not the easiest job in the world with 3 quarters to play.
Yeah, it's tough to be down in a hole so far, and right now, Kamaya Coleman from the Knights definitely feeling that pressure right now. Not in the middle of their huddle, kind of at the far side of their bench, but for right now, Coach Barry, Coach Osborne, making sure our vibes are up, making sure we're looking for the extra pass. Our girls will have big smiles on their faces. Don't want to let that kind of lose the focus and lose that kind of discipline right now. If we're going to be playing hard, we still need to be able to make wise decisions. So it looks like there was a substitution for the Lady Knights for Coleman.
And Coleman has really been their best player thus far as handling the basketball. They will get it back inbounds.
She was that one who pulled the 3.
Yep, Mendez will get it across. She does, across the half-court line. It's almost knocked away. Mendez did have it knocked away again, and Lomack ends up with it. Here we go. Womack down court, and that's McSwain, and she gets it up and in, and still didn't get a call. That's the second time she's ended up on the ground. She did make it 20-3, but got another bit of a bruise right there. Boy, what a great game so far for McSwain.
3 seconds, don't know if they're going to realize there's a shot.
They will not. That will end the first period. So we come to the end of period number 1, and the difference on the court is about what we saw on paper. Union 20, Northwest Classen 3. We will have the second period next here on the Union Sports Network.
Jersey Mike's, Shields, and TTCU. Federal Credit Union.
Just about to start the second period here at the Union Multipurpose Activity Center. I'm Rick Corey along with Nick Irwin. We've got Andy Irwin and the Union Sports Network crew here as well as we begin this year's broadcast of Union basketball. Now, the team has been playing. We don't broadcast every game, but we will broadcast most of these home games from this point forward for the Redhawks. At the end of this first period, 20-3, Lady Union Redhawks over Northwest Classen. And give me a little assessment from that first period, Nick.
Yeah, it seemed like once we subbed in the second team, right, we wanted to keep the consistency, but after that first rotation, we're going to sub the girls back in. So it looks like we got our A team out there right now, and the A team is able to cause the turnover. So we're hoping to keep that momentum moving in the second quarter, get some names maybe we haven't seen as much, but right now we got the A team out, looking to keep that momentum going.
Here comes Jasmine Herron leading this group up court. Once again, you're seeing the Whitney Smiths, the Davis twins that we always see out there, and then Demoy Gator, who was a transfer in for Union. And the Redhawks look a little bit like they're uncertain here about what they wanted to do, but they'll get it back to Herron and they'll start this thing over. Inside to Davis, turns around, and can she get the roll? Cannot. Rebound out to Classen, and here they come.
Tough shot fading away. You lose all your power when you're fading away. Got to put a little bit more oomph underneath it.
Ochoa with that rebound as Classen did get it across the half-court mark, and that's not been easy for them tonight. Drive to the middle, not much there, and Davis looks like she'll get called for the foul.
And free throws, wow.
So you got to give a little bit of credit right there. Garrett, who went to the line, just went ahead and did everything she could to try to drive her, but the problem that Davis had, of course, is she left her feet.
Yeah, a little bit of an emergency break, throw up a prayer, and they were fouled on it.
First one will go off the back of the rim, no good. One more shot. High arc, that one again off the rim, and instead Davis with the rebound, quickly up court to Herron. Jasmine goes middle. Whitney Smith looked like she had an opportunity for a moment, but she's way outside. She'll go inside to Davis. That's a great pass, and it's up and in And Micah Davis with a great job of using that hip nick for a little bit of position. That gives her a great start in Union, a 22-3 lead.
Yeah, it wasn't really much of a big push. It just was slow pushing them out of the block, and that was going to be able to give a nice play there from Davis.
That's 6 points for Davis. 7 for Whitney Smith in this game thus far. And Whitney, much like last year, she'd hit the 3 and you'd notice the big 3, but then you didn't always notice everything else she was doing, and suddenly she has 7.
Yeah, it just goes by quick, and we got a steal here.
Heron, nice little steal, quick little up and under, and that one's good as well. And now it's 24-3. First 2 of the night for Heron, but again, another young lady who does so many things that you don't always realize how much she's contributing. And it will be thrown away there by Classen. So the Red Hawks will have it again. And this first team, I think certainly you want them out there because you want to make sure that the rust is gone. I'm just not sure how much we'll see of them once this kind of gets further away. It's already a 21-point lead.
I think now you really kind of focus on specific plays. What do you want to work on? What specific scenario might happen that you need to practice to play?
That's a tremendous pass inside right there by Heron. Gator kind of short-armed that, but then Micah Davis said, I got that. And now that's 8 for Micah Davis as the Red Hawks lead goes to 26-3. Classen, you heard right there the announcement. Seeing some of the Classen boys team down to watch the game at the end. As a matter of fact, you pointed out earlier they were kind of encouraging Kamaya Coleman when she was struggling a little earlier.
I think they just saw Kamari Black-Jones walk by and was able to see the 6'6" guy walking by.
Yeah. They looked around and went, wait, he starts, right? No, he doesn't start? Oh, well, Mendez did a nice job of getting that ball up court, but now it's stolen, and here comes Heron, and that'll be a gimme. 28-3 now as Jasmine Heron puts another couple down for the Red Hawks. .5:28 to go in this second period.
Well, back and forth there.
And that's stolen again. Gator with the steal to Whitney Smith. She's got a clear lane, and Whitney just easily lays that up and in. That's points 8 and 9 for Smith, and Union's lead goes to 30-3.
Something that won't go on the stat sheet right there is Jasmine Herring kind of spacing out and moving out of the way, taking the defender with her. That's something that you really want to see a lot more.
Just consider that an NCAA football pick play.
Yeah.
Never gets called, but it's out there. Classen, again, trying to run that motion offense out front. Garrett stuck in the corner, and she double dribbles, and so it will go back to the Red Hawks. And if you're Coach Jones, all you can do and ask your Classen ladies to do is just to try to get better. Try to work individually on getting better. I mean, as a team, I understand you're trying to work as a team, but try to do what you're doing better. And that's really all you can ask right about now. Smith goes inside. Oh, almost got that thing to Gator. It was knocked out away. Gator tried to grab it, went off her hands, so it'll go out of bounds to Classen. I understand the pass, just missed it by a fingernail.
Yeah, and it seems like those passes, that lane might not always be open. That passing lane might not always be open, so maybe try to start with smaller wins with the passes rather than going for the long ball over the top.
And Classen dribbles it out of bounds on the far side, and it will be once again Red Hawks basketball. And a timeout looks like it will be called. Nope, not a timeout. They're just making, once again, substitutions. Richardson back in for Union, also back in Highshaw. I think Lomack is back out there as well. Yep, so once again, wholesale changes, including Isabel McSwain.
McSwain, little post up at the top of the key. There we go, got Richardson.
Inside, nice little feed. Now they'll kick it back to the outside. Could not get the shot, but Richardson made a nice pass. That was going to go over the head of McSwain, and it will be Knights basketball. And Coach Berry, as you mentioned, every time that happens, you just see him throw the shoulders back and give one of the big old sighs. And you kind of want that, though, as a coach, because you want something to chew on. And when you're up 30-3, it's not always easy to find something to chew on.
Yeah. Got to be very specific.
Inbound to Thomas. She got it across the half-court line, goes off to Gonzalez. She's trapped. It's taken away. Well, not quite. Now it is taken away, and here comes Daniels. Inside, that goes to McSwain, and she's got it up and in. 4 points now for McSwain as the lead goes to 32-3. Ooh, that was a double dribble that just got missed right there. Thomas got away with it a little bit. Back out front to Lopez Gonzalez. And again, they will try to run the motion. You have to at least hand it to them, Nick. They are trying to run what is their base offense. They did get one back cut out of it, but they haven't been able to get much. Lopez Gonzalez, they're actually getting further away from the basket as we go. That ball tipped away right there by Daniels. She goes down to McSwain. McSwain can't get it to go. Taken by Lomack on the inside. She can't get it to go, and here comes Classen.
McSwain wanted a call there, but being up almost 30 points,
you're not going to get a lot
might not
of
be
those
getting
right.
that call.
McSwain hadn't gotten a call tonight. She's been on the ground twice and couldn't get a call. Ooh, and a trip and a fall down right there. Thomas had done a nice job of getting herself a little bit loose and then just could not hang on.
Nice. Get that
Now
ball
here
out.
we go down court to McSwain, and she'll have an easy layup. But she
Smoked
missed it.
it.
Lomack back to McSwain. Her left-hander will go, though. Want to give a credit right there to Lomack. She could have forced that up. Instead, she went ahead and went back under to McSwain and put up the left-hander to make it 34-3.
That's a free stat there. Got a rebound and be an assist.
Are you saying she's padding the board?
Yeah, they just stand down there and get some rebounds.
Dribbled out of bounds, but off McSwain, so it will stay with Classen with 1:55 to go in this first half. Highshaw looks like she'd like to check in, and she will. Donna Edwards will have a seat. Actually, no, it won't be Edwards. It will be Richardson. Inbounds quickly. Ochoa put it back out front. Lady Knights have yet to have what you would call an open shot here. Once again, Ochoa way out front.
Ooh, corner.
Had it for a moment. Thomas gets herself into a decent position and gets fouled. Thomas looked like she had the corner maybe, could not quite get all the way and decided to toss it up early and got fouled by Highshaw. So Thomas will go to the line.
At the line, shooting 2 for Northwest Classen.
Thomas has no points, couple of fouls on the night. Let's see if she can get herself on the board. Left-hander. Spins it up and got it to roll.
Got the band out here tonight with our spirit teams, so going to be able to bring some energy later on for the boys as well.
Second shot is well short. Boy, you talk about spin on the basketball. She did get one of the two and a takeaway there. That's going to be a foul, though, during the takeaway by Classen. Not many fouls, as I mentioned. As a matter of fact, that's only two on Classen as well. So only 4 total fouls called in this game thus far as the Red Hawks will have it. McSwain drives inside, kicks down low. Nice little pass from McSwain. Edwards could not get it to go, though, and here comes Classen. Nice job by Garrett to keep that ball moving right there. She does. Down inside, Classen, threw the ball away. Thought they had themselves an opportunity, and here come the Red Hawks. All the way to the goal goes Daniels, cannot get it to go.
Get in there.
Up and in, though. Nice job. Put back by Yane Edwards. Edwards with 4 on the night, and it's 36-4.
Getting 2 hands on those rebounds is very, very important. I think Yane Edwards does the best right now for Union.
She does such a good job, as I mentioned before. She uses that frame. Nice steal, and here comes Lomack. Nice and slow left-hander, up and in. Lomack extends the lead even more, now at 38-4 with 26 seconds to go in this first half.
Lomack had her best safety impression, was able to keep the eyes on the quarterback and stole that one.
There's something to be said for that. They say read their eyes and keep your eyes right, and it's not always easy. Not much has gone wrong, though, in the first half tonight for these Red Hawks. Quick pass to the inside. Turn, a shot, and she knocks it in. How about that? Destiny Garrett just looked like she kind of threw up a prayer, but it went in, and good for them. It's 38-6. Red Hawks will have one more shot if they can see that line. There they go. McSwain knocks it down. McSwain fires it from about 2.5 feet past the three-point line and knocks it down, and that's just how the first half has gone. So at the end of half number one, it is 41-6 Union over Northwest Classen. I'm Rick Corey along with Nick Irwin. We'll take a little bit of a break, stand aside here for a moment. We'll be back with you to give you some stats and get you ready for the second half coming up next here on the Union Sports Network.
Does your school or organization need athletic apparel or spirit wear? Let me suggest Inkwell, a Tulsa-based company that can get you the quality you deserve at unheard of and unmatched lead times. Talking 2 weeks or less, not 2 months like most others, and can do it as much as 60% less than most of the big guys out there. So join the likes of Sand Springs, Union, Broken Arrow, Jinx, Oolaga, and Glenpool to name a few, and get your customized sublimated uniforms, including Under Armour, Nike, or Adidas at InkwellNation.com.
Life doesn't wait for you to slow down. When you're moving fast and something doesn't feel right, Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma is here to help you stay in motion. Through our combined expertise in orthopedic surgery, non-surgical medicine, and comprehensive whole patient treatment, our team has your back and every other joint too. Ready to get back out there? Visit AOOK.com and let's move forward together. Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma. Heal, recover, advance.
When summer heats up and your AC isn't working right, be cautious of being pressured into a replacement.
It's always a good idea to get a second opinion, and Airco will let you know if your AC is worth fixing.
So call Airco today for a free second opinion.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Shields is now open at the Woodland Hills Mall in Tulsa, and we can't thank you enough for the warm welcome. Whether you love the great outdoors, sports, or fashion, Shields has something for everyone. Our passionate and knowledgeable Shields experts are excited to welcome you to explore thousands of brands and premium products. From our golf simulator, service shop, archery lanes, and more, we're ready to get you fitted with the best gear for you. We can't wait to see you at Shields.
Hey Union fans, score big with TTCU Federal Credit Union School Pride Card. Each time you use your card, we donate to Union Public Schools, adding to the $2.5 million we've given statewide. TTCU, where members are raving fans.
Select Commercial Group, a part of Coldwell Banker Select, is a highly reputable and professional firm specializing in commercial real estate services. David Roberts heads up the group with over 40 years of management experience and over 20 years in the real estate market. Sarah Bergeson, Scott Job, Jason Smith, Amy Bauman are skilled professionals that are poised to help you achieve your goals. Select Commercial Group treats their clients like family. With a wealth of experience and expertise in the industry, they are dedicated to providing exceptional services to clients seeking commercial real estate solutions. Whether you are looking to buy, sell, lease, or invest in commercial properties, their expertise covers various sectors, including office spaces, retail properties, industrial facilities, and more. Select Commercial Group is the go-to partner for all your commercial real estate needs. Call 918-695-6979 or 918-394-0700, a sponsor of the Union Red Hawks.
Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Shields is now open at the Woodland Hills Mall in Tulsa, and we can't thank you enough for the warm welcome. Whether you love the great outdoors, sports, or fashion, Shields has something for everyone. Our passionate and knowledgeable Shields experts are excited to welcome you to explore thousands of brands and premium products. From our golf simulator, service shop, archery lanes, and more, we're ready to get you fitted with the best gear for you. We can't wait to see you at Shields.
Welcome back inside the Union Multipurpose Activity Center here on the campus of Union High School on a Friday night, a little high school basketball. Rick Corey along with Nick Irwin and the rest of the folks here on the Union Sports Network. Andy Irwin and the crew here to our left as Union leads 41-6 over Northwest Classen in the girls game as we start this thing. Now, Nick, it was a really good first half for all the Union starters, Demoria Gator, Jasmine Herron, Micah Davis, Whitney Smith, Jada Davis. Anyone you were more impressed with maybe than you thought you might be?
Yeah, it seems like most of the love was going all the way around, but, I mean, it got to go for Jasmine Herring for me, number 3. I feel like for her, being able to be a leader for these girls, you know, being that kind of pivotal moment, as well as Gator kind of being able to kind of step up into this position that, you know, we've been talking about. So for us, as much time as we're playing and much of this time we're scoring, I think it's really, really important that while you might not be getting a lot of time out there as you might usually be doing, because if you're playing like an Owasso or a Jinx, you know, our starting lineup will be out there and then we're rotating the 6 or the 7. But for most of the time, I think that one of the main people I want to focus on is either Herron or Gator, because they've been really kind of choking the life out of any potential offensive route.
Yep.
For Northwest Classen, being able to do all that is just something that's really important.
I've been very impressed by Gator. She's an addition, of course, a transfer. She's a young lady who's come in. She's really kind of done a little bit of everything. She's 5'7", so you think, all right, she's more of a poster. But she was able to run the floor. We watched her with some really good fluid movement early, a couple of great passes. She finishes on the inside. We knew what to expect from Herron, Davis, Smith, and that kind of thing. But I thought she's been very good. Then you look, you know, behind that, Richardson and Edwards and some of the others have been great. Demaria Daniels and Kamari Lomack was a little bit of everywhere during that first half. Now, in the second half, if you're Coach Barry, how much do you go with the starters and how much do you want to work everybody else?
I think for what Coach Barry is going to be looking towards this second half is we're going to probably see the starting lineup one more time to start, and then once we're done with that, we'll kind of rotate again, maybe even finding new players for that. But I think most of the players have gotten to at least some playing time today, but we'll see in this second half. As we were talking about that chemistry with Coach Barry in his second year,
yep.
You know, the coaches kind of have a shirt on. Something I wanted to read it out loud. It was trust each other, compete to the end, carpe diem. I think that was a pretty good way of setting up your second year is, you know, trust each other. That's what we were mentioning, is being able to trust not only the coaches, but trust each other as players.
Well, we mentioned this staff has been together too, and they've been around. These people all know the game, but they're with each other for another year too, and that makes a really big difference. And the other thing is just watching them, because I've been around practice, they like each other. I mean, don't discount that when it comes to chemistry. And I don't just mean on a team. I'm talking about in a room, when you're talking about game prep or who you trust. It matters.
Everything that it's poured into this program is just going to be emphasized so much more when you get that trust.
So here we go. Whitney out front. And inside to Davis, wide open, tremendous pass from Jada inside to Micah, and the lead extends for the Redhawks, now 43-6. That is 9 points now for Whitney Smith. 10 points now for Micah Davis. And there's a steal by Heron. Calmly with that left hand, up and in, and she finishes. Jasmine Heron has been everything we thought she might be. And number 3 now with 6 points as the Redhawks lead goes to 45-6.
All those buckets being off of a turnover into a layup. Well done on these steals from Heron.
Classen still struggling out front. Thomas gets it off, but now stuck in the corner is Lopez Gonzalez, and there's not much she can do, and it's taken away. And here comes Heron again, outpaces the group, and then puts up the right-hander. So that's a layup with her left hand, a layup with her right hand. You can't stop Jasmine Heron no matter what you do, and the lead gets bigger. Heron now with 8, and she got there kind of sneakily, didn't she?
Quick ones in the second half.
Around the outside once again, Thomas. Oop, and she traveled. Thomas dragged that foot trying to get away from Micah Davis, and that's a bit of a mismatch in there. As you're looking at Thomas at 5'4" and Davis at 6'2".
Union kind of easing up just a little bit as they're letting Northwest Classen come across the halfway line.
Redhawks will move it out front. Davis to Davis, back to Gator. Heron had the back cut, didn't take it there. Whitney Smith. Now she'll go down inside. Gator, use of the body, and that's a nice job by Demora Gator. She backed herself down inside, moved the bigger girl out of her way, and made it 49-6.
One dribble.
And Destiny Garrett's not a small young lady, and she just got pounded right there and just backed up about a half a step, and that's all it took. Ball goes out of bounds, and once again, here come the Redhawks. Boy, that's to me the reason I think Gator may be the thing I'm most impressed by tonight. They've all been very good, but Gator's shown herself to be tremendous. Redhawks move the ball around. Opportunity right there. She passed it away. Now back inside Whitney Smith. She turns, puts up the right hand, cannot get it to go. It's knocked out of bounds, and it will remain with Union. Nice little spin by Whitney, but she kind of had to get around an outstretched arm and couldn't quite get enough English on it. Inbounds to Davis. Back inside to her sister. Inside once again, and that's going to go up and in. And who else once again but Demoya Gator?
She caught it kind of way underneath the basket, was able to adjust in air, and still able to get the put back.
6 points now for Gator, and again, she's done it pretty quietly. Thomas once again outside, and that ball almost thrown away. It did get knocked away at the end by Union. They're going to say out of bounds on Davis. Coleman is not going to inbound the ball. Instead, they will bring Mendez over for the inbound. Quick opportunity. They'll go back out front to Thomas. She got it to Coleman, who was over and back, but it didn't get called, and that's just fine. Thomas again struggling on the outside, and that ball's going to end up being a jump ball, and it is. And that will be possession arrow to the Northwest Classen Lady Knights. 51-6 with 4 minutes to go in this third period. You mentioned, other games. After this next game for Union for the girls and the boys will be Enid. Then there'll be the Shawnee Invitational, and they'll be back into their conference play, including big games against Owasso and Broken Arrow a little later on. Shot no good. Jada Davis with the rebound, and here she comes. Heron down inside once again, and that going to go up and in, and Gator is owning this third period. That's 8 now for Gator as the lead goes to 53-6 Redhawks.
Really good look there from Jasmine Herring as well. That ball was zipped as fast as possible to be able to find it at the low block. Well done.
Thomas again on the outside tries to drive, and they're going to call a foul right there, and I think that might have been a pity foul. Because I don't think that I saw an awful lot right there from Micah Davis that indicated foul, Nick.
Yeah, it looked like she was just straight up and took it off the chest. Don't know where the foul was there, but we play on.
That is the first foul of this third period and second half. Inbounds coming up for Classen. That ball tipped, but it's taken. Nice job right there.
Ooh, that was
she
a
did
jump.
walk. Kamari Thomas did a nice job of getting that off the arm of Davis, but then she tried to go ahead and take the shot, thought maybe better of it to make a little bit of a fake, and ended up traveling. Whitney Smith, good opportunity from the outside. Can't get it to go, and it'll be out of bounds, and that one will go to Classen. And you're not going to see Whitney Smith miss a lot of those, Nick.
Yeah, and I think that's also a possession that just doesn't really look good in the film room. It just seems like it was quick. It was not really much movement. It was a shot that wasn't successful. No one was there for a rebound. I know Coach Barry is going to be able to look back on that one and hopefully have a little bit more girls down low, as we're going to have a jump ball call that's going to go in favor of Union, as they're going to be able to have the possession arrow.
So the first team will check, or pardon me, other teamers will check back in. I'm not sure there's a first team here tonight, quite honestly.
For how these girls are playing.
Yeah, I think it's been really good no matter what you do. You got McSwain out there right now, and you've got somebody out there like Lomack who's been really good tonight as well. Lomack, to me, is not that different than Demoya Gator. McSwain will go to Lomack. And McSwain looked like she was going to gut it. Instead, got that ball inside, back out front, and that is going to go off the back of the rim. And it was a nice setup right there, but Daniels couldn't get it to go down. Classen, opportunity for a break, and that's going to be a foul. And, ooh, everybody bounced off the boards right there. Give it to Thomas. Yeah, she could have kind of held up. She had Red Hawks closing in on her. Instead, she went right to the hole and was able to draw a foul on Yanni Edwards. Took a little bravery right there, Nick, because you got a young lady bearing down on you who's a little bigger than you are, and she still took it in.
Yeah, it's tough when you're going amongst the taller girls down low. You're able to still have the guts to do it.
That backspin did not pay off that time for Kamari Thomas. Thomas has 1 point tonight on a free throw. Let's see if she can make it 2, and she got it to go. So that is 2 points as the lead now 53-7 Redhawks. Coming up on 30 seconds to go in this third period. Daniels on the left side goes back to McSwain. McSwain really wanted that shot, and I think if there'd have been like 5 seconds to go, there's no question she would have taken
she
it.
would have.
Inside, they go down underneath. That's a nice job using her body, and up and in is Edwards. And give credit to Richardson. She could have taken that shot. Instead, she chose the pass, and the lead's 55-7.
Yeah, 10 seconds here. That Coleman's going to be able to notice that.
I'm not sure if he does notice or if she cares, but they will not get a shot off, and that will be the end of the third period. So after 3, it is 55-7 Union over Northwest Classen. We didn't really see anything in that third period, Nick, that I thought was remarkable. I do think, as you mentioned, that first team might have gotten a little sloppy, but the second group looked really good.
Yeah, and as well as those quick steals from Heron. She had all those steals really quickly in the first minute or so. It seemed like she was able to have high intensity on the point guard to be able to at least cause the turnover. Turnover leads to points. And we saw that 3 times in a row. I think she's at 8 or 10 points now.
So we will begin this fourth period, and yes, if you did not notice, there was a running clock and will be for the rest of this basketball game, which is the right thing to do. And the coaches have to get together and decide on that. And there are times that coaches will say, no, I don't want to do that. But in most cases, they understand, and we all understand what's happening here. You don't want things to get worse for these young ladies at Northwest Classen. They're trying to improve and get better as well. This is just a game that is not going to go their direction. Looks like the in-between quarter entertainment is just a random person shooting the basketball.
It's one of the teachers from the high school. He was the teacher of the year last year.
Well, he just hit one from nearly the three-point range and decided that he would call it a day.
I think he hit the Cristiano Ronaldo Sue after it, too.
Got to give it to the officials for letting them have a little fun right there, huh? I mean, after all, it's high school sports. You're supposed to have fun. This is the only pure version of sports we have left nowadays. All you have to do is look at today's transfer portal in college football. Thank God it closed at the end of the day, and I'm sure coaches are saying that as well. And you realize where we are. High school sports is the only pure form of this we have left. We'll begin the fourth period. Union of 55-7 over Northwest Classen. And the Lady Knights will take it inbounds. Coleman out front. Coleman's trying to get it down inside, but not a lot of opportunity against Daniels. Back out front, goes inside once again to Thomas. She gets a shot up. It's going to spin off the rim, and it's taken by McSwain. McSwain gets it down court, and the layup is up and in by Daniels. Good pass by McSwain, and then nice job by Daniels, Nick, of using her body to kind of guard against having anybody come in to block that shot.
Lady Knights had a pretty good sequence on the other end. Had a couple passes that led to a shot. A lot of things open up when you just have quick passes.
Coleman, once again, is going to have an opportunity, and she got it to go. Coleman got it to go, and she is fouled. So she will go to the line. Foul will come on McSwain. And Classen is 1 point away from getting into double digits. Maya Coleman with the opportunity, cannot get it to go, and the rebound comes down to Richardson. McSwain will bring it quickly across half court.
By herself, gotta get some help.
Got it from Richardson. Now back to McSwain. Oh, she wanted that shot. Instead, she'll drive.
Nice.
Kicks it out. Left-handed by Gator, by Lomack, and it goes down. And the Union now at 60-9, and Lomack showing a little range.
All from McSwain with the drive and dish. Well done.
Lomack showing us a little red range right there. Bit of a toss-up right there. That wasn't a bad shot by Coleman. Could not get it to go, and here comes McSwain again. Great pass down court, and that goes in, and Richardson gets the two. McSwain one-handed that thing off the dribble. What a pass by Isabella McSwain.
I think she looked at Coach right after that play to kind of say my bad, but not going to be able to say anything about a nice assist.
Yeah, I wouldn't say much about that. And that ball goes up and in. So once again, Classen able to get on the board. 62-11 Redhawks. Daniels back off to Lomack, and Union will move it around the outside a little bit. And this time that one's going to go once again to McSwain, and she's going to knock down the three. Isabella figures if we're just going to stand around, I might as well shoot. It's 65-11. Coleman looks like she wants that drive again and cannot quite get it to go. Gave it up to Richardson. Here we go again, and once again, great pass down court. Ball will not go. McSwain can't get the putback. She's on the ground again, where she has spent a good deal of the evening. Joined down there by Daniels, and then a foul call. Wasn't quite sure if we were watching basketball or a little wrestling right there, Nick.
McSwain tried to go out of the air to get the rebound and go up at the same time. Doesn't really need to be able to do that, and as we see now, she gets to sit on the bench. Yeah, she does, but now she's going to be taking a seat off the bench after those back-to-back sequences. So India Highshaw checks in for McSwain.
I love seeing her get a chance to play as well. Another young lady who is very passionate about the game. 65-11 Union. 4.5 to go in this basketball game. Straight out front and all the way out front from three. Daniels can't get it to go down. Ball's on the ground, taken away right there by Edwards. Edwards goes inside, and that ball's knocked around, back outside and thrown away. Highshaw wanted to get it back out to Richardson and just went over her head.
Highshaw sitting at a 6'0". It's kind of hard to go over the top from her, but still
that one flew
too high.
Yeah, it did. Thomas will once again dribble this thing. Back to Lopez Gonzalez. Trying to push Daniels away, but she just can't. Waiting on the out front help. You got to be careful in that hand switch right there. Garrett out front now, and she dribbles it off her foot. That'll go to Union. Ball went out of bounds just near the legend, Dan Newman. Showing how to play defense over there. You saw him with his hands up, right? Like, Coach, I didn't touch it.
think that's Coach Norris over there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I believe that is
wow,
Coach
you
Norris.
know, from the distance, that looks a little like Dan, though, doesn't it?
It does. With
Coach
the
Norris is
glasses.
coaching. Way to go, Coach. Well, the legend's probably around here somewhere. Inside drive by the Redhawks. They'll pass it back out front. Plenty of time, 3:11, no rush as the Redhawks lead 65-11. Down low, and that one's going to go up and just out of there for Highshaw. She had a good opportunity from about 10 feet away, couldn't get it to go down.
Back on defense.
Ball knocked around, but it's recovered by Thomas. Thomas gets it back out to Lopez Gonzalez, and she can't get it to go. And here come the Redhawks. Lomack down low to Highshaw.
Nice low to high.
Back out. Oh, I thought she was going to take the shot. She finally
Wow.
does and rolls it in. Yanni Edwards had an opening from about 13 feet, decided to turn it down, and then was able to get it to roll, even though she took a tougher shot.
And that puts our score at 6-7, which is why everyone was going crazy on that last
Still don't
point.
quite understand all that. I'll ask you as a high school teacher what in the world it means. I don't think it does mean anything, does it?
No, it doesn't mean it. It's just from a song, and everyone just took it, and now everyone says it.
Well, as long as they're excited about it, and that right now I'd be most excited about the fact it's 67-11. And you're right, Coach Norris over there does look looks like Dan Newman walking off the court. I don't know. I hope I didn't offend one of the two, one or both of them at that point. Lopez Gonzalez. That ball is going to be picked up and grabbed by Lomack, and it will be another jump ball. This should be possession Union. Minute 47 to go in this game. The boys will follow a few minutes after. 67-11. Redhawks lead here. Maria Daniels will bring it up court, and the Redhawks will probably be in no big hurry. Down inside. Oh, had the opportunity. Back to Highshaw. She can't get it to fall. What a nice pass by Lomack. Lomack had a chance herself and turned it down. That's a little bit of a great teammate play, Nick.
Yeah, especially with high shots. I think she's just rushing everything just a little bit. If she knows that she has height advantage, she can just go a second later and be able to make the decision.
Here comes Lomack, and she tried to give you a kind of a toss that thing up left-handed as the player approached. Instead, Lopez Gonzalez got a hand in there, and it will stay with the Redhawks as we have under a minute to play. Inbounds to Highshaw. She's going to flip it up, can't get it to go in. Rebound in there by Edwards, and she is fouled as the ball went out of bounds. Or are they just going to say it's out of bounds on her? Nope, it's a foul. Pardon me, it was Richardson. So Richardson will go to the line.
At the line, shooting 2 for Union, Maya Richardson.
Maya has no points on the night, trying to get at least that one and get on that scorecard. First one won't count. Let's see if she can get it this time. And she bounced it in off the backboard, so it doesn't matter. It counts, and it's 68-11 with 27 seconds to go. Classen will hurry to cross the midcourt line as Thomas would like to get a shot. Back to Lopez Gonzalez. To Thomas again. And if they don't hurry, they won't get one. 11 seconds to go, and the ball's held up. Back out front, Lopez Gonzalez walked and got away with it, and that's all right. Garrett way out front, and they finally get a shot off at the buzzer, but it's no good. Falls short by Kamari Thomas, and that will do it. So this one goes to the Lady Redhawks, 68-11. They are now 10-4 overall, 5-1 in district play. 2-10 are the Lady Knights, 0-6 in district play. So Nick and I will take a little bit break, step aside a little bit, and then when we come back, it'll be time for Union boys basketball as they take on Northwest Classen as well here at the UMAC on the Union Sports Network.
Up next, the Union Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremony. which will be followed by the boys varsity game. The Union Athletic Department is proud to welcome you to the Union Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremony. At this time, we would like to invite all current Hall of Fame members who are in attendance tonight to come to the baseline as we present the inductees of the Union Athletic Hall of Fame class of 2025. Our first inductee tonight is Colby Evans, football Union class of 2014. Presented by Union Director of Athletics Emily Barkley and Union Associate Director of Athletics Dan Newman. A member of Union's 2010 and 2011 state championship football teams, Colby Evans concluded a standout Red Hawk career with 404 total tackles, establishing Union's record for most tackles in a single game with 23 and most tackles in a season with 181. He earned All-State honors in 2013, was named District Defensive Player of the Year, and was selected to the Tulsa World All-Metro team as the area's top linebacker. Colby continued his football career at Pittsburgh State University and Northeastern State University. He currently works in construction in Tulsa. Colby's favorite Union memory is the thrilling 23-22 victory in the 2011 state championship game against Norman North. Ladies and gentlemen, Union Athletics Hall of Fame member Colby Evans. Our next inductee is Brittany Boswell Frisky, Palm and Palm coach, Union class of 2004, presented by Emily Barkley and athletic coordinator Stephanie Blackwell. A key member of the most successful Union Palm team in program history, Brittany Boswell Frisky helped lead Union to the Oklahoma State Dance Team Directors Association State Championship in 2002 and a fourth-place finish at the Universal Dance Association National Championship in 2004, the highest national placement ever achieved by a Union team. Brittany also earned Academic All-State and UDA All-American honors. Following graduation, Brittany attended Oklahoma State University before returning to Union as a Palm coach. During her 13-year coaching career, Union Palm captured 3 state championships and made numerous successful appearances at the national level. Brittany currently serves as the financial administrator at Bethany Community School in Tulsa. Ladies and gentlemen, Union Athletics Hall of Fame member, Brittany Boswell Frisky. Our next inductee tonight is Isaiah McGuire, football, Union class of 2019. Presented by Associate Director of Athletics Joe Redmond and former Associate Director Steve Dunlap. A member of Union's 2016 State Championship football team, Isaiah McGuire was rated a 3-star recruit and the number 12 defensive end prospect in Oklahoma by Rivals. Following a breakout senior season, he was ranked number 13 on the Daily Oklahoman Super 30 list. Isaiah continued his football career at the University of Missouri, where he played as a true freshman and appeared in 40 games with 30 starts. He totaled 103 tackles, 16.5 sacks, and 1 forced fumble, with his 16.5 sacks ranking as 13th in Mizzou history. Isaiah was selected by the Cleveland Browns in the 4th round of the 2023 NFL Draft. In his first 3 NFL seasons, he has played in 37 games, recording 62 tackles, 31 solo tackles, and 5.5 sacks. Isaiah's favorite Union memories include winning the 2016 state championship over Norman North and the regular season overtime victory over Owasso. Ladies and gentlemen, Union Athletics Hall of Fame member, Isaiah McGuire. Our next inductee tonight, Deidre Dunn Rader, volleyball, class of 2004. Presented by Emily Barkley and former volleyball assistant coach and current Union teacher, James Thomas. As a student athlete, Deidre Dunn Rader was named a Jim Thorpe All-Star in basketball and was a member of a state runner-up volleyball team. She was selected to the state championship all-tournament team and the Oklahoma Coaches Association all-state volleyball team. During her collegiate career at Oral Roberts University, Deidre earned Mid-Continent Conference All-Academic Team Honors in 2005. Deidre currently serves as the head volleyball coach at Lincoln Christian School, where she has used the foundation built at Union to lead her teams to 4 state championships. She is married to fellow Union alum Daniel Rader, and together they have 3 sons who attend Darnaby Elementary and are active in a variety of intramural sports. Deidre's favorite Union memories include traveling with her volleyball team and playing in the very first basketball game held right here in the UMAC. Ladies and gentlemen, Union Athletics Hall of Fame member, Deidre Dunn Rader. Our next inductee tonight is Ricky Stromberg, football, Union class of 2019. Presented by Dan Newman and Steve Dunlap. Heading into his senior season at Union, Ricky Stromberg was rated as the number 19 offensive guard in the nation and 3rd overall prospect in Oklahoma. A key contributor to Union's 2016 state championship team as a sophomore, Ricky was later named District Offensive Lineman of the Year. Ricky continued his football career at the University of Arkansas, where he started 11 games as a true freshman. In 2021, he earned second-team All-SEC honors after allowing just 3 sacks all season and helping lead 4 Razorbacks to rush for at least 500 yards, a feat not accomplished at Arkansas since 1975. Ricky was selected by the Washington Commanders in the 3rd round of the 2023 NFL Draft before being sidelined by an injury. In 2024, he was signed by the Chicago Bears, where he remains today. Ladies and gentlemen, Union Athletic Hall of Fame member, Ricky Stromberg. Our next inductee is Chance Wingluski, football and wrestling, Union class of 2015, presented by Dan Newman and Steve Dunlap. Chance is unable to attend tonight, so accepting on his behalf is his grandmother Barbara Muesco and aunt and uncle Kendra and John Morgan. A multi-sport athlete at Union, Chance Wingluski excelled in football and wrestling before achieving his greatest success on the rugby pitch. He was a member of the 2011 Football State Championship team, the 2012 Dual State Wrestling Championship team, and won an individual wrestling state championship in 2015. Chance continued his athletic career playing rugby at Lindenwood University in St. Charles, Missouri, where he attended collegiate All-American honors at the U20 and U23 levels. In November of 2018, he became USA Rugby's international capped eagle number 531, competing in a test match against Ireland. Chance began his professional rugby career in 2019, playing for Rugby New York, Rugby Atlanta, and the Seattle Seawolves. Chance's favorite Union memory is winning the individual wrestling state championship during his senior year. Ladies and gentlemen, Union Athletic Hall of Fame member Chance Swingluski. Our next inductee tonight is Tu Yang, soccer Union class of 2006, presented by Emily Barkley and Dan Newman. Tu Yang served as the goalkeeper for the Union boys soccer team and was a 4-year member of the program. His presence in goal gave his team the confidence that they were unbeatable, and his ability to make game-saving plays helped lead Union to a state championship in 2006. Tu earned all district and all conference honors, was named varsity MVP for the boys team, and was selected as the boys soccer homecoming king in 2006. Tu has been described as having a heart and spirit so strong that teammates were naturally drawn to him for inspiration. A quiet leader, Tu often allowed his actions to speak louder than words. Tu attended Rogers State University in Claremore and currently works as an IT asset specialist. Tu's favorite Union memory is the training and preparation for the throw-in crosses used to defeat the then undefeated Broken Arrow Tigers in the state championship game. Ladies and gentlemen, Union Athletics Hall of Fame member Tu Yang. Our next inductee tonight is Rudy Garcia, basketball coach from 1990 to 2025, presented by Emily Barkley and Joe Redmond. In his 30 seasons as head coach of the Union Boys basketball program, Rudy Garcia led his team to 23 state tournament appearances, capturing 3 state championships. His teams also earned multiple area and regional titles, won the Tournament of Champions 3 times, and claimed 12 Frontier Valley Conference championships. In 2012, Coach Garcia guided Union to a perfect 29-0 season. Coach Garcia is a 2-time District 6A3 Coach of the Year, a 3-time Metro Coach of the Year, a 9-time Frontier Valley Conference Coach of the Year, a 5-time Regional Coach of the Year, 2-time Tulsa World and Daily Oklahoman Coach of the Year, and a 3-time Oklahoma Coaches Association Coach of the Year. He served as president of the Oklahoma Basketball Coaches Association during the 2011 and 2012 season. In 2014, Coach Garcia was selected as a finalist for the National High School Athletic Coaches Association Coach of the Year. And in 2024, he was inducted into the Tournament of Champions Hall of Fame. Coach Garcia's favorite Union memories are winning the state championships in 2004, 2012, and 2014. Ladies and gentlemen, Union Athletics Hall of Fame member, Coach Rudy Garcia. And our final inductee tonight is Dr. Kurt Hartzler, contributor to athletics, presented by Emily Barkley and Joe Redmond. A champion for athletics throughout his entire career, Dr. Kurt Hartzler started the Union intramural program shortly after being hired as a teacher and coach. After a brief yet highly successful coaching career, Dr. Hartzler continued his support for student activities from the administrative side, advocating for co-curricular involvement throughout his leadership journey. He served Union Public Schools in a variety of roles, from assistant principal to district superintendent. Dr. Hartzler's family believed that students who feel connected to their school are more likely to remain engaged in their education and better prepared for life after high school. Under his leadership, Union Public Schools established this mission of 100% graduation for all students, college and career ready. a guiding vision that continues to influence Union teachers and staff today. Dr. Hartzler and his wife Susan were both career educators at Union and raised 3 Union lifers. Their children were integral members of state championship teams in football, basketball, and soccer, further reflecting the family's deep-rooted commitment to Union athletics and community. Ladies and gentlemen, Union Athletics Hall of Fame member, Dr. Kurt Hartzler. This concludes the Union Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Once again, congratulations to the new members, and thank you for everyone for attending. Coming up next.